I've been getting back into reading.
Welcome to the JesseAF show. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome to my daily podcast.
Hey everybody, my name is Jesse Grossbohlin and welcome to the JesseAF show. Today is Saturday, July 27th, 2019, episode 167 of my daily podcast. Yeah, that's right, daily. That means every single day I'll be posting a new episode, so please check in tomorrow for my next episode. I'm on Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube. So if you have any of those platforms, please consider subscribing. That way you get notifications for whenever I post a new episode. Today I'm going to be talking about reading, and I've been getting back into reading. I mean, I've always been in reading. I mean, I really have been. But, there's times in my life where I just kind of walk away from it and be like, I have so many books that are unfinished. Like, I start, like, maybe 2 chapters in, and then I'm done with it, and then I put it to the side. I'm like, I'll read it some other time. I do that a lot. Maybe it's just because I don't really like the feel of the book. Maybe it's not my style of book, but I'm reading. I just finished a book last night. It's called Soul of the Camera or something like that. Yeah. The Soul of the Camera. This is a really good book. I absolutely loved it. It is full of really well writing, or really great writing. The author was just perfect. That he was just great. I enjoyed reading it. It was so well written. There was so much to learn with perspective. And that's something about books. They're all about learning new perspectives, because it's like watching videos online. When you read a book on a certain topic, you're getting a perspective of that person and their perspective on whatever you're reading about. I have the hashtag AskGaryV book right here. I literally bought this book like 5 months ago when I first started getting into Gary V, but I never really read it. I don't know why, but I'm starting to read it. I just read the introduction. I'm getting into the first chapter now, but that's one thing that books can really give you. They're all about perspective, and you can get amazing perspectives just from reading another person's book. I mean, honestly, like the hashtag Gary V book. I mean, this book is really interesting because it has his perspective. Of course, I've listened to all of his podcasts. I haven't listened to all of the podcasts, but I've listened to a lot of podcasts. I've listened to a lot of his videos, everything, and I've looked at a lot of his posts, so I'm really good at marketing now because of him. But the point is it's just a different way of getting the content. It's a different medium, and maybe this medium I might actually take more seriously than video. I don't know, but you take in content whatever way you can. This is one way, that's another way. The computer, my phone is a different way. I mean, all these different ways are interesting because they're all so different. I have YouTube, I have Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And learning from these people, from those streams of content, is really interesting. I mean, okay, so there are those books that are all about topics, but then there's also books like don't want to lose that one. Like this, and that's more of a book with a story, and stories are always fun because you get to learn new perspectives, you get to see different things that are going on, and you get to take journeys into different unknowns, and you get to see what life was like for those people that were in that story, and maybe they're real sometimes. Like, I don't know, maybe I think this was based on a real story, whatever. But the point is that you get to see different things by reading. You get to visualize different worlds. I mean, it's so powerful. I absolutely love the worlds that books put me in. I mean, my most favorite books are books where you get transported to this different world, and they thought about everything, and it's so volatile, and it's difficult to live there, and it's a challenge, and it really puts you on the edge of the seat, and I just read those things so fast. I mean, I absolutely love those kinds of books. I mean, honestly, it's really interesting. Like the Shadow Children series. Absolutely loved all those. When I was growing up, I read all of them. I mean, those books were really, really cool to me, and I enjoyed reading them. And there's a thing there about reading. I mean, reading is really good for you. It teaches you something. It teaches you more vocabulary. It teaches you more about writing styles and grammar and all this other stuff. And eventually I would love to write a book. I would absolutely love to write a book one day. But, in my crazy life where I'm doing stuff all the time and I'm really, really busy, it's just kind of difficult to do that. But I really cannot wait for that day that I just start writing a book and it actually finishes, and that'll just be awesome. Because I would love to create a story for many people to read and to put people on adventures that I have in my mind. I mean, last night's dream that I had was really, really interesting. I was in some post-apocalyptic world, and it was like a fight or flight situation, and you just have to go at it, and you have to survive, and it's so interesting. I have so many really awesome ideas in my brain, and I have to write them down. Yeah, it's like so many great ideas, but I'm not putting them out there. And it sucks. It does honestly suck that I'm not putting them out there, but eventually I will. I don't know. Maybe I might do video stories. I don't know. I have to think about that. I just had an idea. Literally just had an idea. But that's always an idea for the future. But honestly, reading is good for you. It's a way to experience different worlds. It's a way to experience different points of view. It's a way to experience different lifestyles. Whatever it is, and it's really good for you. It's just like a movie. I mean, honestly, when I look at movies, I look at perspective. I look at different feelings and the way they look when they react to something, and how they deal with it, and how the character develops over time. I mean, I absolutely love all the Marvel movies because guess what? Character development. It's just so strong. I mean, you get to see Iron Man go from this cocky guy that is making bombs and missiles all the way to a guy that'll put his life on the line and die for a cause that really means something to him, world peace. It's really something, it's really, really awesome. being able to see all that and being able to watch their characters develop and seeing amazing things through their eyes. It's so interesting. But let's get back to reading. I have always been interested in reading, but I've always kind of let it go because I have so many other things I'm really good at, like drawing and watching movies. I'm really good at watching movies. I'll watch a million movies. You ask my best friends, they'll tell you that I watch movies like nobody's business, and I get into the movies. When they're horror movies, I laugh at them because they're really silly, because, like, why are you thinking that's scary? I mean, that's not scary, that's really funny, actually. But whatever, the point is that I get really into things. I get transported into different worlds when I watch these movies, when I get into those places, and it just transports me and it makes me feel really interesting, and it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun for me. I love being transported into different worlds, and that's one thing that books and movies really do for me. And if you would like to share one of your favorite books or maybe a favorite series of yours, please do that in the comments. Send me a message. Do it. Make a video. I don't know. Do something. Tag me in it. Send it to me. Do something awesome. Make your own stories. If you have stories to tell people, tell them. Because trust me, eventually you will. And the sooner you do them, and you tell your stories, the more you realize that you should have done it even sooner. And trust me, I think about that every single day. I'm like, I should have done this sooner. I should have made a podcast sooner. I should have made a YouTube channel sooner where I'm just doing videos every single day. But you just think about everything and you're like, no, I don't want to look stupid. That guy, Jesse, he looks stupid doing his podcast. Whatever. The point is that I'm happy doing it. Being self-fulfilled. I am self-fulfilling all of the ideas I have. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I hope you have a really great day.